Hey there, my friends! Welcome to those of you watching us for the first time, and to those of you already sharing this journey with the Academy, thank you so much for joining me again. Here, we're exploring international law. The two playlists mentioned above are the paths that we have took so far, and I am here to take it further by drawing the law alive. We are talking about subjects of international law, which you can revisit the created videos about that in my playlist above. Today, we're continuing our discussion on international organizations in international law. We've already seen how they become subjects of international law, and now we'll focus on famous regional and transcontinental organizations. Ready your curiosity, and let's begin this new chapter together. I gently turn the page of my notebook and sketch a world map, letting its continents guide our steps. After exploring the League of Nations and the United Nations, the great global organizations, we now shift to the second great category of international institutions, regional organizations. These bodies are created within specific geographic areas, shaped by shared history, culture, security needs, and economic interests. Yet under the Charter of the United Nations, all regional organizations must remain consistent with the purposes and principles of the UN, ensuring that regional cooperation strengthens, rather than divides, the international community. Okay, let's start with the first region, Europe. When we first turn to regional organizations in there, NATO stands as one of the most influential. Established in Washington in 1949, NATO began as a collective defense alliance founded on the principle of lawful self-defense under the North Atlantic Treaty. It originally had a 20-year duration, but the treaty allowed unlimited renewal, and indeed it has been renewed 3 times, becoming a permanent feature of the international security landscape. 12 states were its founding members, united by a single purpose: to create a system in which an armed attack against one would be considered an attack against all, ensuring mutual protection and stability across the North Atlantic area. Its institutional structure remains focused on political coordination and military cooperation. At the political level, the North Atlantic Council brings together the representatives of all member states to make strategic decisions. At the military level, the Military Committee, composed of the chiefs of defense of the member states, guides NATO's defense posture and operational planning. Although NATO was initially headquartered in France, the withdrawal of France from NATO's Integrated Military Command led to the relocation of the headquarters to Brussels, Belgium, where it remains today. In essence, NATO was created to safeguard peace, deter threats, and ensure the collective defense of its members, a mission that has shaped its evolution from the Cold War to the present day. The next major regional organization is the European Union. The European Union is the successor of earlier European communities, formed by integrating 3 key treaties. These treaties brought together the European Coal and Steel Community, the European Economic Community, and the European Atomic Energy Community, creating a unified European organization. The EU's headquarters is in Brussels, and it cooperates closely with NATO on security and defense matters. The EU's main organs include the Council of Ministers, the European Commission, the European Council, the European Parliament, and the European Court of Justice, which consists of 25 judges and 8 advocates general. The Union functions as both an economic and political entity, promoting cooperation, economic integration, and legislative harmonization among its member states. 2 key treaties have reformed the EU: the Treaty of Nice, which expanded the Union to include Eastern European countries, and the Treaty of Amsterdam, which restructured the EU institutions and strengthened voting rights. These treaties were adopted after plans for a formal European constitution were rejected, ensuring structural and functional improvements. Today, the European Union works to promote political stability, economic growth, human rights, and regional cooperation among its members, representing one of the most important examples of a regional international organization in the modern world. The key institution of the European Union, which has a distinct role and significant legal personality, is the European Council. The European Council brings together 45 European countries and is headquartered in Strasbourg. Its main focus is on human rights, legal standards, and political guidance within Europe. Membership in the European Council requires membership in the European Union. The European Council consists of several organs. These include the Committee of Ministers, a parliamentary assembly where larger states hold more seats, and a consultative body to support its work. There is also a mixed committee, composed of 5 ministers and 6 permanent members of the Parliamentary Assembly, which helps coordinate decisions. The Secretariat is led by a Secretary General and 2 deputies who manage administrative and operational tasks. The European Council has played a crucial role in shaping human rights law in Europe, including the establishment of the European Court of Human Rights. It also functions as a forum for political dialogue and cooperation among member states, ensuring that European policies are implemented with respect to both legal and human rights standards. Another important regional international organization is the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, or OSCE. It originated from the Helsinki Declaration, which was initially a conference focusing on security, economic cooperation, and human rights. Over time, it evolved into a permanent organization headquartered in Brussels, operating under Chapter 8 principles for the prevention of conflicts and crises. Its structure has also been refined through review conferences, including the Budapest Review Conference. The OSCE has several main organs. These include the Council of Ministers, responsible for overall policy guidance, and its Secretariat, based in Vienna, which coordinates the organization's daily activities. It also has a Conflict Prevention Center, offices for democratic institutions, the Office for National Minority Affairs, and a parliamentary assembly to facilitate member state participation and oversight. The OSCE was established to promote comprehensive security across Europe, combining political, economic, and human rights objectives. Its primary functions include preventing conflicts, monitoring elections, promoting human rights and democratic governance, and coordinating cooperation among member states to ensure stability in the region. Among other important regional organizations in Europe, we have the Baltic Council, which was established through meetings in Copenhagen and its founding declaration. This council focuses on political cooperation, economic collaboration, and regional security among the Baltic states. Next, there is the Black Sea Economic Cooperation Organization, created in 1992 on the initiative of the President of Turkey in Istanbul. This organization aims to enhance economic collaboration, trade, and development among the countries surrounding the Black Sea. Another notable European organization is the Commonwealth of Independent States, formed after the dissolution of the Soviet Union. It was based on the principles of cooperation and collective interest among its member states, initially guided by the Minsk Agreements. It includes 54 countries that participate voluntarily, emphasizing economic collaboration and regional stability. These organizations reflect Europe's diverse approaches to regional cooperation, addressing political, economic, and security needs in accordance with broader international norms and the purposes of the United Nations. Now, the region of Americas. In the Americas, the most important regional organization is the Organization of American States, OAS, established based on the Bogotá Charter in Colombia. This charter has been revised twice, first in 1967 through the Protocol of Buenos Aires, and later in 1985 via the Protocol of Cartagena. The OAS headquarters is in Washington, D.C., and it serves as the central organization for regional cooperation in the Americas. The OAS has several key organs, including the General Assembly, the Permanent Council, the Secretariat, the Legal Committee, the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights, and the Inter-American Court of Human Rights, each addressing specific regional needs in governance, law, and human rights. Historically, the first attempts at regional cooperation in the Americas were based on agreements like the Treaty of Rio and the Treaty of Bogotá, forming the foundation for collective security in the region. Additionally, the Lima Charter of Democracy, adopted in 2001, emphasizes that member states must uphold democratic principles. Through its structure and legal instruments, the OAS remains the most important regional organization in the Americas, ensuring security, promoting democracy, and facilitating cooperation among member states in line with international law. In addition to the Organization of American States, the Americas have several other important regional organizations. The Andean Community was established through the Cartagena Protocol and focuses on promoting economic integration and cooperation among its member states. The Caribbean Community brings together Caribbean states to coordinate economic, social, and cultural policies. Another significant organization is the Southern Common Market, MERCOSUR, whose founding charter was signed in Paraguay, and whose legal framework, including the Asunción Protocol and the Brazilian Protocol, defines its legal personality and dispute resolution mechanisms. MERCOSUR primarily aims to promote economic integration, free trade, and cooperation among South American countries, facilitating regional development and coordination. Together, these organizations complement the work of the OAS by fostering regional collaboration, economic development, and legal cooperation across the Americas. In Asia, one of the most important regional organizations is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, which was established based on the Bangkok Declaration. ASEAN succeeded the earlier Southeast Asian military-focused organization and was created to promote cooperation, peace, and stability among its member states. The organization has both governmental and non-governmental structures. Its governmental side includes 5 main summits held annually, a secretariat in Jakarta, and technical offices that manage various committees. ASEAN also has negotiation and coordination groups, ensuring collective decision-making among member states. On the non-governmental side, ASEAN includes around 30 affiliated organizations, such as chambers of commerce and ASEAN-linked societies, which support economic, social, and cultural collaboration. ASEAN also has a political security community, promoting dialogue and cooperation on regional security, and an economic community, which establishes a free trade zone to facilitate regional economic integration. Overall, ASEAN was created to strengthen cooperation, maintain regional stability, and promote economic and political collaboration among Southeast Asian countries, reflecting the broader goals of regional integration in accordance with international norms. Another important regional organization in Asia is the Economic Cooperation Organization, which emerged as a successor to the Regional Cooperation for Development Organization. It was formally established through the Izmir Agreement in 1977. Its founding members included countries such as Iran, Pakistan, and Turkey, along with several other regional states. The organization's first major program was the KEDA program, focusing on coordinated economic development and collaboration among member states. Its structure includes several key organs: a Council of Ministers, a Council of Permanent Representatives, a planning board, and the Secretariat, which manages daily operations. It also has a technical committee and specialized organs for economic and logistical coordination, along with regional offices to facilitate project implementation. ECO plays an important role in promoting regional economic integration, trade facilitation, and cooperative development programs across its member countries. Another key regional organization in Asia and the Arab world is the Arab League, formally established based on agreements such as the Cairo Protocol, the Alexandria Protocol, and the Charter of the Arab League. Its founding and operational framework were solidified during conferences, particularly the Pan-Arab Conference in Alexandria, where the protocols were ratified and later formalized in Cairo through the Charter. The Arab League's organs include a council, a joint defense council, an economic council with specialized commissions, and a secretariat that manages administrative functions. It also maintains a collective security system to coordinate defense and peacekeeping measures among member states. The Arab League's main objectives are to promote political, economic, cultural, and security cooperation among its members, aligning their policies and facilitating joint initiatives across the Arab region. Several other key regional organizations exist in Asia as well. The South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation was established to promote regional collaboration and economic development among South Asian states. Similarly, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, formed in 2001 as the successor to the Shanghai Five, focuses on regional security, political cooperation, and economic collaboration across Central Asia. The Asian Development Bank, headquartered in the Philippines, was created to provide financial and technical assistance for development projects in the region, supporting economic growth and integration among Asian countries. Another important organization is the Gulf Cooperation Council, established in Riyadh and Muscat to enhance economic, political, and security cooperation among the Gulf states. Together, these organizations illustrate the diverse mechanisms through which Asian countries collaborate regionally, complementing broader global efforts led by the United Nations. Moving now to Africa. The most important regional organization is the African Union, established on the basis of the Addis Ababa Charter, as the successor to the Organization of African Unity after nearly 40 years of existence, with nearly all African states as members, except Morocco. The African Union has a rapid response for conflict management and peacekeeping, operating according to frameworks inspired by the Lomé and Lagos models, and taking guidance from the European Union in its organizational design. The African Union's structure includes several key organs: the General Conference, which serves as the main deliberative body; the Commission, responsible for administrative and policy coordination; the Council of Ministers, which oversees executive functions; and the Committee of Permanent Representatives, which ensures continuity in governance. Additionally, the African Union maintains its rapid response force for conflict situations, alongside judicial and human rights bodies, such as the African Court and the African Commission on Human and People's Rights. Overall, the African Union exists to promote continental unity, peace, security, development, and human rights, facilitating cooperation and integration among African states. Africa hosts several other significant regional organizations, too. The African Development Bank was established to promote economic development and financial stability across the continent. The Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa was created based on proposals inspired by European models to facilitate regional trade and economic cooperation. The Economic Community of Sahel-Saharan States brings together Sahelian countries to enhance economic integration. The Economic Community of Central African States focuses on economic cooperation and regional security in Central Africa, while the Economic Community of West African States serves as a major regional market and integration platform under the Cotonou Agreement. Additionally, the Southern African Customs Union coordinates trade and customs policies among member states. And the Southern African Development Community promotes broader development initiatives across 15 countries, guided by a charter that enshrines fundamental social and economic rights. Together, these organizations support Africa's economic integration, regional security, and social development, complementing the work of the African Union and strengthening the continent's position in the global system. And finally, Oceania. In the Oceania region, there are two important regional organizations. First, the Pacific Community, which was established during the Canberra Conference on the 50th anniversary of its founding. It serves primarily as a consultative and economic advisory body for the region, focusing on cooperation, development, and shared technical expertise among member states. And the second is the Pacific Islands Forum, created by the island countries of Oceania to promote regional cooperation, political dialogue, and economic integration among the Pacific Island states. It serves as the main political and economic platform for collaboration in the region. These two organizations are the most significant in Oceania, supporting both advisory and cooperative functions for the island nations and territories. Okay, now that we are about to finish our video for today, my friends, you should hear about interregional or transcontinental international organizations. The most important of these is the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD. The OECD is the successor to the Organization for European Economic Cooperation, which was established under the Paris Agreement to help coordinate the economic recovery and development of Europe after World War II. The OECD has several organs, including the Council of Representatives, the Executive Committee, elected by the Council, and the Secretariat, which manages its day-to-day work. The organization was created to promote economic cooperation, policy coordination, and sustainable development among its member states, facilitating dialogue on global economic issues, trade, and investment policies. Its main purpose is to provide a platform for countries to collaborate on economic and social development, exchange expertise, and implement policies that improve economic performance across multiple continents. Another important transcontinental organization is OPEC, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. OPEC was established during the Baghdad Conference by major oil exporting countries to coordinate and unify petroleum policies, stabilize oil markets, and secure fair returns for member states. OPEC's organs include the conference, which is the supreme authority, the Board of Governors, Executive Board, the Secretariat, which manages daily operations, and the Economic Commission, which analyzes and advises on market trends and production policies. OPEC plays a critical role in regulating oil production and prices, coordinating energy policies among member states, and influencing global energy markets. In addition to this, you should know that there is also an organization called OAPEC, the Organization of Arab Petroleum Exporting Countries, which was modeled after OPEC and consists solely of Arab oil exporting nations. OAPEC is regional and focuses on cooperation in the Arab oil sector and implementing joint economic and technical policies. Another significant transcontinental organization is the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, also known as the Islamic Conference. It was established in Rabat, Morocco, with the aim of promoting solidarity and cooperation among Muslim-majority countries. The OIC's main organs include the Council of Foreign Ministers, the Summit of Heads of State and Government, the General Secretariat, and various specialized committees and subsidiary bodies. Its strategic principles were outlined in Casablanca, guiding its work in political, economic, cultural, and social areas. The primary purpose of the OIC is to strengthen cooperation among member states, defend the interests of the Muslim world, support peace and stability, and coordinate collective action in international affairs. It also works to promote economic development, human rights, and cultural collaboration within the Islamic community. The Arab Maghreb Union, established in Morocco through the Arab Maghreb Treaty, aims to create a customs union and a common market among North African and Arab states, fostering economic integration and regional cooperation. Between Asia and Oceania, we have several functional organizations. The Asia-Pacific Fisheries Commission focuses on the management and conservation of biological resources, operating under the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations supervision, with administrative oversight by the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Secretariat and the Pacific Islands Forum. Similarly, the Asia-Pacific Space Cooperation Organization coordinates space research and technology collaboration across Asia and Oceania, involving member governments. And there are also organizations based on linguistic solidarity, such as the International Organization of La Francophonie, created at the Niamey Conference in Niger, with its charter drafted in Morocco, which promotes cultural, educational, and political cooperation among French-speaking countries. Similarly, the Community of Portuguese Language Countries, or Lusophonie, supervises collaboration and coordinates elections, policies, and programs across Portuguese-speaking nations. These interregional organizations play key roles in promoting economic, cultural, and technical cooperation beyond a single continent. Okay, we are done for today, my friends. Thank you so much for being there. See you soon!